Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to try out Diamond Press's new kit, the Christmas Village kit they just brought to HSN. And so they did send these items free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thanks for using those, you guys. Again, just want to reiterate that HSN is having the $5 shipping cart all of July 12th, 2022 for the craft day. That means $5 to ship all the craft items that you were picking up that day, right? So at the end of the day, it's only $5 charge. So super excited about that. We love that. So this one has the little houses, and maybe you saw the sneak peeks during Diamond Press's sneak peek video there that they had on their channel. So lots of fun kits this time around, and excuse me, so I'm looking forward to trying this guy out. Look how cute the little card here. It looks like maybe an A2, maybe a 5x7, just depends on, you know, how much you want to fill it in there. Of course, you know, oh, look at this one. It's like a winter wonderland, just stamped in light blue on white paper, and it just is a cute little scene back there, even with the little snow. So maybe what you can see here is that we have this little like die. It's not that little. It looks like it's probably about 8.5 inches long here, because you can use it for a slimline or whatever you want to do with your any other size that this will work into, and to make like little hills and things to put your little houses and trees, and you know, there's a little car here. Oh, a Santa and a reindeer, and we'll check out the stamps in a minute here. Look at the little fence. It's already kind of curved too. You have a little lamppost. Oh my gosh, snowman, wreaths. Super cute. Looks like maybe some lights here. And then there's that just showing you can stamp it, and then obviously cut them out, right? So all these different guys. So let's see. So I'm just going to put the stamps down the back of this so we can check that out. Really cute little houses here. Let me get a measure on those for you so you have an idea about, like this one is probably about just a little smaller than 3 inches tall, and at the very width here is like 1 3/4. You know, this one's a little bit smaller, about 2 inches. This one's just over 1 inch wide, about 2 inches tall also. Yeah, just over 1 inch there. And it goes from there, right? And then we have all these different sentiments. I mean, look at all these little things you can decorate with. The little Santa Claus again with the reindeer there, the wreath, the little snowman, a little flurry or a little breeze kind of thing. Lots of little snowflake stamps to just create your background or whatever you want to do with those. Happy holiday, from our house to yours. Be merry and bright. Season's greetings and warm wishes for the coming year. Merry Christmas. The little lights. So cute. Season's greetings with a really nice font. So let me grab some paper, and probably stamping paper, because, well, marker paper, because that's what I like to work with. And we'll go from there. Also, it does come with the elongated cutting folder for the marquee, because it has the longer die here, but of course these are smaller. You can pop a whole bunch of them on at the same time and get them all cut, you know, at once, which is really nice. Okay, I will be right back. So, just to start off, I was thinking, you know what? I want to make like a little shaker. I was thinking about putting like a little circle aperture with like a little village in there, but I thought, you know, we can make a whole card that's a shaker, right? So almost the whole card, at least in what I'm going to do right now. So this will be interesting. So I have some dies, some nesting dies that I've had from Diamond Press, and I have this really cute one with a little scalloped rectangle. It's the largest one in the set, and then this is like the third smallest one in the other rectangular set. So I think what I'm going to do, and these are from my stash, guys, I'm sorry, I'm going to put these guys together, and it's going to go into like an A2 size card. Okay, so let's just put that over here. So when I run this through my die cutting machine, I'm going to tape these so they don't move, but it makes a little frame that I'll need. I can also use this outer one to make the acetate, or I can just measure it and cut down some acetate that goes behind there. Okay, so for right now we're just making the frame, so it's going to be this. Again, tape and tape so it doesn't move. I'll run this through, cut it down, run it through the marquee, and then I'm going to put it on an A2 size card is what I'm going to base this on. So again, A2 is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4, so you have this card. I'll probably orient it this way. You can orient it tall too. That's really cute, because then you can have like the houses kind of stacking up. Which maybe, maybe that might be what I'll do. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, I probably don't have enough. So let's just go this way, just because I already picked out some scraps. So I have a few different colors of blue. What I am going to do is just cut these down, and I'm just using this die that I know is a little bit bigger than the one I used on the other side, on the other one, right? I still might need something bigger, but I'm not really paying attention too much to that because all I'm going to do is use this just to cut this out for me. Now we can just measure this, you know. Your card is usually 5.5 by 4.25, so maybe this is going to be 5.25, you know, by however tall that you want it. Because I'm going to then take these guys to cut down little hills, so I don't really care about the height of this. But for right now, just to keep it all static and the same, I'm going to run this through, and you see this doesn't even make it, and that's okay. That piece is hanging out. I'm going to run it through this one, and I can put it a little bit higher. I'm just basically looking for the left to right being correct. And then I'm going to run it through this darker blue. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a full dark blue because I want that to be in the background. And then I have a little bit less of this blue and a little bit less of the white, and we're going to make some little hills with that. And this guy, let's see. I use this glitter paper that always gives me trouble. It does not like being die cut, but we got it. So interesting. I don't know why. It just seems like it has a topper that's plastic, and then the inside it just doesn't. It's weird. Okay, but that's what's going to be my frame. So we have that for the shaker part later, and could have done that a little straighter, but that's okay. All right, on these two guys, let me move some of these things out of the way. Sorry. I'm just going to take these, and you know, you can do your houses first and plan that out, or just, you know, do your little hills, whatever it is that you want to do. I always like to have a really nice swoop. So again, maybe I'll start up here, and maybe like in here. So I'm just going to tape that. And let me get this. Actually, let me see how this one swoops. Maybe we do this one in the background, this other one in the front. That way it's just a little bit higher. Yeah, let's do that one. That'll be my second layer. And then this guy, that's just a little more dramatic. I'll do it this way. Ooh, how about... So you can use it anywhere you want on this line, right? Let's see. They're both kind of going the same direction. Okay, change my mind. Sorry, guys. On this one, I'm going to have it coming from this way. Kind of a little bit higher up. And you can always play with that. If you don't care for how much you have, then you just cut the bottom off, right, later. So you have that. And then something like this. Okay. And I will run these through, and I've just been using a folder I already have. Of course, your new kits always come with a new folder. But I've just been running things through this folder that I've been using. And again, you can turn your folders one side, other side, cut wherever you like. And we'll have our background done. I'm probably not going to glue these down though until I know what I'm going to do with my little houses. Okay, I'll run the other one through too. But for now, we have this. And you can always use the inverse too. So once you've cut this, do this kind of carefully. You can also, you know, you just cut it. You can also use this other side, right? Well, maybe not with this one, but however you want. What I'm just trying to say is you can always just flip them around. Okay, I'll be right back. So what I'm going to do is really quick, you just put at least this part together so I have these down. And then we'll do some stamping and get our little village going. So if you want to stamp on this, especially with a color like this, you might want to do like white pigment if you have really good pigment ink, or some heat embossing, right? So that that white really gets on there. Just making sure that that's going to be how cute. Alright, looks good. And then I have these guys that I'm not quite sticking down yet, but if I had this here and this one up here, oh, that's so sweet. And then again, just because we're in here, I mean, you can lift this up a little bit more. You can play with it because you have that space at the bottom that's going to cover it anyway. So if you want it to be a little bit higher or whatever, you can play with that, of course. Okay, so I'm not going to stick those down yet because we don't know exactly what we're going to do with that. And then this guy, all I did was cut a piece of acetate. You know, I don't know what kind of frames you have or what you might do for this same thing. So this one ends up being just over 5 inches by about 3 3/4. And all I'm going to do is glue that onto this. And then we'll line it out with foam and all that later. But for now, I'm just going to put it together to have it ready. And this is just a piece of acetate. I do have acetate with like little snowdrops, so that would be really cute, but also I don't want it to obscure kind of what's going on in the background, so I just opted to go with clear acetate like this one. And that's all I'm going to do. So that's for later. And on this guy, let's see, what do we need? Maybe some houses. And the little trees, honestly, if you want to make this a little bit quicker, you can just fully stamp the trees like on some green paper, maybe with some green ink or darker green or black ink, whatever it is that you would like. That way it looks, excuse me, that way it's already colored for you, right? If that's what you'd like to do. I'm looking to see, should I use Santa? He's kind of facing this way. He would come out from over here. All right, so let's go for it. So again, I have paper here that's meant to be used with alcohol ink markers, but whatever it is that you're using, of course you want whatever works with that. I'm using hybrid ink, so it works with both water-based and alcohol-based products. So I'm going to stamp him, and you know what, maybe I'll go ahead and stamp it now. Sometimes I'll stamp everything at once, but honestly, it makes it a little bit harder sometimes. So let's just take that guy, give him a good stamping. These are acrylic stamps, so just firm, even pressure, but not too, like, you don't have to squish it too hard, because then you might get a ghosting. Look how cute. Okay, so we have that little guy, and definitely take the moment to wash these off. I just wiped on the back of my hand for right now, but we have that. And then if he's coming out here, I'm trying to think if I want one or two houses, like maybe just one house, you know? That way it's just here somewhere. Oh, we're going to put him there. Let's think. Let me choose which house I would like to use. I'll be right back. I'm going to go with this house. And I'm probably going to cut a little bit off of my blue and my white just to bring it down a little bit. So we're going to go with like this house. He might even be tucked in behind. We'll see. But either way, I'm just kind of eyeballing what I want to do here. So we have that guy there. And maybe some trees. Let's do both sets of trees. Just have a little something more. You know, you want street lights. You want to build a whole whatever it is that you want to do. Cute. And then we have Santa over here. I think that'll be good. Okay. So I'll just get these stamped. And I'll be right back. All stamped. I did those all at once. And then I'll be right back. What I'm going to do is grab some inks. You know what? I'll probably stamp the little wreath too. Why not? Let's go for it. So I'll stamp this guy too. And I'll grab the inks I need, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So again, we're just gonna color these however, like when there's smaller images, I like to use like the light and the medium color. Sometimes the light and the darkest color, it just depends. Like right now for the trees, I'll come in, and you know, if you want to leave some white or, use some little white puffy stuff, like that little fun stuff you can use to make things look like they're snowed on. I'll just put a little bit of the light green. I'll come in, sorry, there's an emergency vehicle passing by. I'll come in with a little bit of the dark green. And I'll do the same thing with the other guys, just a little something, and then go back in with the light green. And same thing with the other set, and then, you know, for the little base, of course, I'll come in with some brown. You know, Santa's sleigh, I have yellow and orange here. This is from the original Diamond Press marker set, so if I put in some yellow, if it's like gold, or maybe you want to make a red sleigh, whatever it is you like. I'm just going to do a little something like that. Add a little orange, and then bring in some more yellow just to make it look golden, right? Do the accents, of course. Anytime I have something where it's just kind of like white, like his little hat and things, I'll just come with like a light blue and just add a little color, just so it looks like we did not forget. And then on the gray one, on his beard, I usually use gray for that because it's kind of weird to use blue. So, you know, little windows. I don't know if those look like the shades are drawn, but either way, I'm just going to go like that and make them look like clear windows. I'll probably do a red door, a gray house. So again, for the gray house, the very lightest ash color. I'll do most of it. And then I'll come in with some dark ash, and then I'll blend it back through. So ash dark, maybe in here, and there, maybe a little bit under the windows. And then I'll come back with the light one. This is a larger area, so if you want to use medium too, that's great. But for now, I'm just, you know me, I just add a little color and I'm happy with that. I'll do a red door. And then we'll have our little wreath and things to also hang. Yeah, and then I'll do my chimney stack and all that. So I will be back. Okay guys, I think I'm good. Maybe I put a little line here because like I said, I don't know if those are look like shades a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, let's see here. It looks like it's this house. And I think I can see through there pretty well to just go ahead and cut that. But we can also make apertures. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We have our little trees. And we have this other tree here. Wreath. Set. And Santa. Okay, so for any of these things, if it's not super easy for you to see through like this one, maybe a little more challenging, what you want to do, or at least that's what I do, is grab a scrap of paper. And I'll probably do this for all of them, so I'm just going to cut this into smaller pieces, but let me just cut this scrap here from the other day. Oh, I might even cut a fence, but not quite yet. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and you know, find this area that looks nice for you to kind of stick this down to make like a hinge, so that area looked pretty good. Let me bring this guy back over, and my folder I've been using, I don't know where I put it, so I'll just grab another one. Just gotta run that through real quick. And we can leave this all together if you want. I'm going to take all these pieces off, but if you want to also, you can just trim it down for that one piece to be what you have here. So we have this little guy. If you want to drop shadow it, definitely use a color that you want to drop shadow with so that you have this piece that you can use later. I love that that little area is taken out too. So cute. And because of that, I do want to poke out that little piece. Hold on. This little guy that stayed in there. Just poke it out. You always want your dice to be nice and clean of paper that might be stuck in there because it can make it difficult later to cut. So we're just going to hinge that back and pop it through here. And I can see that. I can see exactly where this is going to cut, but you have to make sure that this slides back right in the same spot if you really want to make sure. And then get yourself some good tape. Try and make sure those would move the least amount as possible. And that gives you a really good idea of where you're cutting. And I'll do the same thing with all the other shapes, to be honest. I'll probably make little apertures for all of them. And this guy wants to come out, but let's take this little guy out. Oh my goodness. Look at that, you guys. I mean, it's a good trick. Very good trick. Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, I have my last little piece. And this one I just eyeballed pretty close. Pretty good. Okay, and these other ones I did the aperture trick and they're like spot on. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I wonder if I should put, since I have them both, might as well. Let's put this little guy on here. And everything's going to be flat because I am putting this inside a shaker, so obviously we need things to just really be placed really well. So I'm just going to put that on my door. Cute. And then this little garland, why not? You know, if you want to cut and do that one again, you can put it under the windows. I'm just going to put this cutie pie right here, and I suppose I can put it on Santa's sleigh too, but I'm going to put it right under this window. So again, we want those down. Okay, now let's bring this back over, and since we already have this down, we know that's pretty much what we're doing here. So I'm gonna have this guy here, and then we have this on top, so let's just make sure that, I'm gonna do it this way, that we don't cover him up too much. Putting glue really, really well, because I don't want everything getting stuck behind it when I come in with my glitter. Or sequins, whatever I end up using. So cute. Okay, and then down here I think I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. And I'm just doing it with scissors because it doesn't matter, it's going to be covered up anyhow, most of it. And then this guy too. Let's see if I need to bring this guy down at all. So we have that. Where's our house? Our house can just be tucked in. He can be at the top, but he can be, you know, in here. Whatever it is that you like. I think I'll bring him more central. Put some few little trees here. Maybe a little tree up here. That looks really sweet. Looks good. So I'm going to stick this down. Actually, did we stick the furthest one down? Not yet, didn't we? So the glue I'm using gives you a little time to play. So I'm going to place this and see if that's where I want that to be or not. Then put this back. Okay. I am going to put some glue, but I'm going to put that little, pop the tree in there pretty quickly here. And this guy. And then our house is going to be right in the front. Again, you have a little fence, all kinds of cute things to build up a whole village if you like. The other thing I want to do with my little house once I get it down is there's that little, like, I don't know if it's a little smoke or whatever it is. This one that looks like a little whirl kind of thing, and I think I'm going to stamp that right up here so it looks like there's little houses getting warmed up in there. So let me grab this, and I'll just use this black ink pad I already have out and just pop that on there, making sure we make good contact. How cute is that? And then you can keep going, you know, if you want, but I'll leave it like that. Okay, now let me think. We're gonna put this on here. I was thinking if I'm gonna put my sentiment in here or put it on the outside, right? So I think what I'll do is I'll put the sentiment on the outside. We'll just stamp something and then cut it out. So let me grab some foam tape and put some things away and get some sequins and all that, and I'll be right back. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of making things not difficult for yourself. I, you know, went ahead and framed this out so that I would have plenty of room, but I can see where it was a little bit crooked, so I'm gonna have to make my foam a little bit thinner in those areas. But that's okay. So, like here I can see that this is going to be pretty good. I'm just going to go right to the edges. You always want to butt up your foam so that nothing comes out from the sides when you stop. So like right here I'll cut this off, but when I start the next one I'm going to butt it right up against there. And on these areas, like down here, it was very, very thin. So what I'm going to do is maybe go ahead and bring it up here. I'm just looking at the very edge. And once I get here, I'm not going to cut it quite yet. I'll kind of do that kind of thing and then just come in and cut a little bit of this off so it gets skinnier. Okay? Just to make it work. So either I remove this piece that's out here or I take the piece off that's closer, but I'll take this one off since it doesn't look too pretty and it's way out here. And that thinned it out for that area, okay? So I'll continue framing that out. Framed out, took off my little carriers, so that's ready to go. And I'm just gonna use this little white opal cream dots that I have here. And again, I don't put too much, like that is plenty. And if you do pour off too much, obviously you can just take some off, just pour them off onto something else and funnel them back in. But I think that's good because this is a good size card anyway. We're doing a whole card front really. Okay. And then I'm gonna bring this back, and if I remember I wanted this down here. And I just kind of spread it out a little bit because I don't want everything clinging to a certain spot. Right now I'm just trying to eyeball to see how straight I'm putting this on here. That's good. I'm going to give it a push. Caught some air in there. That's so funny because it's so large. Like it got air inside there. Okay, I'm going to turn this over and really give it a good push from the back, which is what I prefer to do whenever I make a shaker. Alright guys, oh look at that. So there's our little scene, really sweet. And so, let's get a sentiment going. Let's see here. Should we use this season greetings and warm wishes for the coming year? Very sweet. No season's greetings. Happy holidays. I like from our house to yours, but then that's kind of a random thing just to put by itself. So let me stamp this and I will be right back. So I just used the very light blue from the pastel collection there to cut this down, and I'm going to just cut this out straight and then do some little dovetails. So I'm just going to take this to my paper trimmer and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I have my little sentiment trimmed down here, and you know, you can put it on there just like that. You can even put a border on this, but it's a really nice big size and I just want it to be by itself just like that. So what I'm going to do is do some little dovetails. So just go up a little bit on the edge, like right in the center if you can, as close as you can, and then just meet from the corner to the center. And you can do the same thing on the other side. And you have roughly a little dovetail, okay? I'll be right back. I have that, and I just put some dimensionals on the back. Another thing I like to do with this kind of thing is like maybe give it a little zhuzh so it looks like it's kind of moving, and then you just, you know, put some dimensionals, then maybe some glue so it flattens out, and then dimensionals again, or however. But for right now, I just have the dimensionals, and I'm going to place it like right there. And there it is. There's our card with all the sweet little scenes. Thanks for watching. My goodness. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have links in the description box. Thank you so much, Die Press, for sending these items for review. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.